were Stalin's five-year plans crucial to the Soviet war effort. Imagine transforming a largely rural country into a powerhouse capable of fighting a world war. That's what Stalin aimed for with his five-year plans. These plans were a series of economic goals set to boost industry and infrastructure. They focused on building steel factories, coal mines, oil refineries, and machinery plants. The goal was to make the Soviet Union self-sufficient and ready for war. Between 1928 and 1940, the Soviet Union's industrial output grew rapidly. Steel production increased by over 37 times, coal by 84%, and electricity by more than 168%. This growth meant the USSR could produce tanks, planes, guns, and ships in large quantities. The first two five-year plans created the foundation for this industrial strength. They pushed for rapid modernization, even if it meant harsh methods. Millions of workers labored in terrible conditions, and many faced forced labor. Despite these hardships, the plans helped the Soviet Union catch up with other major powers like Germany. By the time World War II started, the Soviet Union had a much stronger industrial base. The third five-year plan, beginning in 1938, focused more on military needs. Stalin knew conflict was likely and wanted to prepare the country for war. Factories were expanded, and more weapons were produced. When Germany invaded the Soviet Union in 1941, the industrial infrastructure built under these plans was vital. The USSR could quickly mobilize and supply its armies. The factories kept working under difficult conditions, producing tanks, aircraft, and artillery. The Soviet military also benefited from the modernization of transportation systems like railways, which sped up troop movements and supplies. Of course, these plans came with a heavy human toll. Millions of peasants lost their farms, and many died from famine caused by forced requisitions. Stalin's purges also weakened the military leadership at first. Yet, despite these setbacks, the industrial capacity created by the five-year plans was a key reason the Soviet Union could sustain a long and fierce fight. It allowed them to produce enough military equipment to stand against Nazi Germany and ultimately help win the war. So, in the end, Stalin's five-year plans were absolutely essential to the Soviet war effort. They turned the USSR into a formidable industrial power, capable of fighting a total war and contributing significantly to the defeat of Nazi Germany.